Here we are at 2219 Carcool Drive in Circle in Fort Collins. You have some decent neighbors around here. Pretty much everybody takes care of their property other than one individual house, which I can definitely tell is probably a rental's home. It'll be this guy. I mean, they got multiple trailers out front, trash sitting out front, and so that neighbor-wise, not all that great. But it is a quiet street, quiet cul-de-sac. If you look through right there, if I can show you without making it blurry, that's actually a park right behind there that you can get access to. But everybody else in this neighborhood takes really good care of their property other than the neighbor right next door. Good sized front yard. Exterior trim is in pretty good shape. The exterior part of the home looks like it's been freshly stained. When it's a stain, you probably want to do it every few years, typically, to keep it up. Trim could use some paint at some point, but it's not as critical as that last house was. Driveway coming up, you got your usual cracks coming through, so that could be an upgrade done at once. It's had a little bit of heaving in the middle, so you can see on each side of the garage door right there that it's just off kiltered a little bit. So water will get into the garage penetration wise. Just something that can happen. So putting a bigger weather strip on there is probably the cheapest way to fix that. Otherwise, heaving up the concrete is the only other way. Roof looks like it's in good condition. Windows are in pretty good condition. Structural, mechanical wise, nothing too major to note on that end, other than the small hairline cracks in the driveway and some of the heaving that's happened. But walking into the home, feels nice and open and spacious. Right off the front, you do have your kitchen. Kitchen is a little bit smaller. It is tucked away from the living room. Not really a good way to fix that unless you go out and take out a wall and then you're losing cabinet space. Dining room, not much of a dining room in here. You could move it more over this direction, but this table makes me feel really cramped as you come in through the front door. Floors are in great shape. Paint, exterior trim or interior trim is all in really good shape as well. Really nothing to note there. They put all new recessed lighting in here as well, so it feels bright and inviting. Hard thing to note is I don't know where you would put a TV on the main floor. Just with the setup, more than likely you'd probably have a couch somewhere in this area or a sectional that goes from this wall over, and then have your TV mounted where that picture frame is at. That's probably your best way of doing it to keep it, looking pretty decent. The way they have it out is staged just for looks, and so it looks really nice the way they have it staged, but there's really no entertainment area in here. With your closet being right there, thermostat being right there, there's just not too many places you could put a TV. Ceiling heights in here are at the 8-foot mark. At that other house, they were at the 8-foot mark as well. I do apologize, I didn't state that right off the bat. Kitchen, it's really well done. Nice cabinetry, upgraded fridge. It is a smaller fridge. It's a Frigidaire. They did a Whirlpool, glass top, microwave, and then an electric oven. That does look like it's a little on the older side. It doesn't look like that's been updated, or it has been used more than everything else in the kitchen has. I know you guys were talking about trying to fit another bedroom in here. That's kind of the main reason why I'm showing you is you could, but it's going to be a little weird. Coat closet. We'll just go peek upstairs at the 3 bedrooms just to show you those in the bathroom. Right off the stairs to the right is going to be the bathroom. Same flooring as downstairs. You do have a closet that goes over the stairs here. Nothing crazy, just a nice deep linen closet. Then pretty decent open sized bathroom, 8-foot ceilings up here as well. Updated cabinets, countertops, sink, recessed sink. Toilet, bathroom faces the front of the house, which is towards the south. And then updated shower, fiberglass tub in here as well. But overall, bathroom is very nice. Very spacious for a bathroom. First bedroom right across from the bathroom is big enough for Gosh, you could probably squeeze a king size bed in here. It would just be really tight. So probably a queen is the best for this room. This faces towards the back of the house. And that is towards the north, if I'm correct. Closets are a little bit smaller in this house. This closet's about 4.5, 5 foot long by 2.5 foot deep. And then I did not actually have a chance to open this to see what this was. I guess it's just a random little extra cubby space you could put clothes in. It is carpeted and drywalled. And it does not close correct. Ceiling fans throughout, all matched up. Doors are hollow core doors. They were just repainted, so they were probably the old school oak ones that came with the house. Dark oak, and they just repainted them. But trim in here looks a lot better than the last house. You wouldn't have to come in here and fix any of the trim work or the doors. It was really professionally painted. Second bedroom, pretty much the same size as the last one. It could fit a king in here, but it'd be pretty tight, so doing a queen would be much better. This bedroom also does face the back of the house as well. This has a little bit bigger of a closet. This is probably about 7 foot long by 2.5 foot deep. Double shelf, hanging rack. Coming straight across is going to be the primary that faces the front of the house. This is a queen size bed for reference. Again, you could put a king in here. It would just be very tight. You do have the same closet I just showed you is on the opposite side of it. So you do have separation from closets, from bedrooms. It's about 7 foot long, 2.5 foot deep, double rack with a hanger on it. I think I mentioned it, but this does face towards the front of the house. And then you do have your own separate bathroom. They did put the sink in the corner in the main part of the bathroom. That's just how they were able to fit it. There's really no good way to reconfigure it either, just with the space in here. You'd take away from the primary bedroom to put a bathroom in here. So, but they did get a toilet in here and the shower as well. So you could use this space up a little bit nicer and make it a little nicer to bring some equity to this home as well. Pan in here is pretty dirty. Shower could definitely be upgraded at some point. So that's kind of the main top floor. It feels a little tight up here. It feels like you're kind of close to everybody. And so comparative to the last house where you had a little bit more separation other than the upstairs 2 bedrooms, the other house definitely had a more open feel to it, which I did like. It just felt less quality structural and mechanical wise than this house has. This house feels a lot more buttoned up and nicer and just more well taken care of. Coming out to the backyard. Backyard's really nice. Trim out here, or paint out here, because it's not the same wood trim as the front is. It's getting some fading in there, so this side of the house could use a repainting here in the next probably 3 to 5 years. But roof out here looks pretty good. There's a little bit of damage up above there if you can kind of see. Trex decking, big deck out here. Has a little bit of a sway right along here. It's about a 2-inch dip down from the border of the deck, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but when you walk on it, it's actually still sturdy, which is kind of interesting. So it's not like it's bowing or anything from lack of structure. But garden beds are all drip line irrigated. Very nicely done backyard, very nicely done front yard. Way more quality here. You do get an irrigation system as well at this house, unlike the other one. And then you do have the side yard as well. They already have some strawberries established and growing in there. And it also looks like they have a mint patch as well going along that side. But plenty of space back here. If you ever took out that tree right there, you could probably actually park something in the back here, just a small trailer. Concrete out here has the major cracks on it as well. But the trim and everything on this side of the north side of the house is in actually really good shape. You just have to stain it every few years. And then you do have as well the storage shed which is actually a really nice, clean, very well kept storage shed. Plenty of storage in here. They also have a sink that runs in here as well, which is pretty unique. It's ran off of an irrigation hose, so it's not like it's the, you know, what I would consider the best drinking water in the world, but it's a good use. And then the drain comes out right here, and then you could hook that up and use it to water your garden if you were washing things off out here. The trees out here are poplars. All three of them are. So that one over here is pretty close to being dead. That one wouldn't cost much to take out. These other ones are actually in really good shape, so I don't really see any major issues going on that side anytime soon. AC unit is definitely older, but it's actually in really good shape and good condition, so they've taken good care of it. The fins are all in really good condition, and you know, that's a really good sign of someone who's really taking care of their home. This side of the fence looks like it's had some issues in the past, and this is that neighbor that has a lot of stuff in it. It can just give you an idea of what their neighbor looks. This is the one that has all the stuff out in the front of their yard. And the fence is in really bad condition on this side, so this whole side of the fence would need to be replaced at some point. But the other part of this side of this house is also in good shape as well. And a little fire pit out here. So this side of the fence, good. This side of the fence, good. This side of the fence is right about ready to fall down. It's being held up by that bracket, and that bracket. One good strong wind come in and it will knock that down. All right, guys, we'll head down to the basement really quick and finish this off. So this is where you'd have the opportunity to put a second bedroom in, or sorry, your fourth bedroom in. I personally, you know, if you could make that main living room work, I would turn this into an entire bedroom of its own. It's a good space. It is about 12 foot long this way and probably about 20 foot long going from this corner to this corner. Pretty hard to split this up because on one side of it you have your bathroom that is for down here. So you could turn this into a really nice primary suite, which I think would be probably the best use of this basement. If you could actually be happy living on the main floor with that limited space, sharing that with people. But otherwise you could go out and create a wall probably a couple inches back from your door frame here and come straight across. But that would make it an 8x12 bedroom, so it'd be nice and long and you could fit a couple things in it, but it'd be really tight for a bed. So personally, it's a pretty tough spot to put one in, but it is doable technically, and putting a small little closet in there would not be hard. And then you'd have an egress window as well for that bedroom. Wouldn't recommend it, but I would personally take that whole basement, turn it into a primary suite, make a really nice bathroom down there, upgrade it a lot, and then have this floor and then the second floor for separating you from everybody else in the house. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let me actually show you the garage really quick before I forget. And that should tie us off. And you guys will just have to let me know what your thoughts are after this. So garage, it's a decent sized garage. Has an active radon system in it right here. Has a new garage door, new Chamberlain opener. It's in good shape. Not too much cracks or heaving in the concrete. They did try to stain it at one point. I'd probably take out this workbench because it's taking up a lot of space. You could pull 2 cars in here if you got rid of all the stuff that they have in here. It would be still tight. Otherwise, it'd be good for storage. And then only last thing is you do have access to the backyard from the garage. And then you could also have access to the attic. All right, well, that's it. So let me know your guys' thoughts and we'll be in touch. All right, bye.